You'd think you would see him in the gallery. With his fucking hair. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. Fucking shut up. I hate people who are like that. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet if this number is really that of an Interpol agent. Oh, wait. I know. What if Machi Tobaye is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. Really? A 14-year-old? Unless he's lying about his age and he's just like a short person. A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latouche know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobaye. What are you talking about? Fraulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could in fact see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Al Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobaye pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? No, that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi Tobaye pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? I know why. I don't know what evidence I would show to indicate this. Why can't I just say why? Machi has no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means, no, it couldn't be. My throat is getting tired. Oh no. Come on. Isn't this enough training to like make it last longer? I want to do longer sessions. Okay. Good show, Elfhead. It seems you have thought of something. Why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my clues from this guy. I mean, to be fair, Apollo, this is like, what, your third trial attached to your name? You're still kind of a newbie. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. Is it this? Do I show this card? Bitch? Oh, okay, I guess it is. Weird. Would have been better to show a profile, but they don't show profiles as evidence in this game. But they do in another, they do in one of the trilogy games. I forget which one, where you can present people's profiles. I think? What? I guess you could do it here too. Whatever, doesn't matter. Daughters Lamiroir? Lamiroir and Machi Tobaye. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lamiroir and her pianist, they would always walk together, she leading him by hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting go. All times? And yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it a part of their performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Really? Really? It was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lamiroir. What's this? So you mean to say that Lamiroir is... She's... Oh my god, doing that line just now fucking irritated my throat. Yes, Your Honor. Lamiroir is blind. What? I can feel it. I can feel it coming. The strain. Oh shit, my bad. I think the judge said something, but it auto went. I'm chewing boba! Damn it, who told my fat ass to fucking get boba right before wanting to play a goddamn game? This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin! Is it now? Please shed some sanity on this madness! The defense has made an outrageous claim! The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Listen, fuck up about the forehead! Let him embrace it! Screw you! Yet I see it is what? Yet I see it is what? God damn it! I stopped for just like a minute. I already forgot to do voice. Yet I see it is not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Yeah, she's paints in sound. Duh. Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamiroir herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Oh, she's not sitting out here? She doesn't get a hearing on the conversations we're having? Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me. I had no idea she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Bailiff, bring in Lamiroir. There she is. Lamiroir, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way. And yet I must. Please, do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow into entangle the entire world. So you are? Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. Known too that my memory begins in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamiroir. I see. You may record me saying that something towards the beginning of this trial, Elfforehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate that this crime had no direct witnesses. Now, Lamiroir, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? What does this have to do with the court? What does this have to do with the current case at hand, though? Oh, yes, of course. Though I admit, I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a little lost here, Your Honor. I'm surprised that Klavier is making her testify about her eyesight, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with the case at hand. Oh well. I have no memory of the lights. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Oh. But this is a murder trial! I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I mean, it doesn't matter. She's not the killer. She's not being pinned. The crime's not being pinned on her. Why does it matter if she's holding back the fact that she can't see? I was to keep my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would... She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well. The defense may proceed. Yeah, well, if you fucking let me think. Let me think, not Apollo, but me. Because I know the answer. Then we'd be fucking done by now. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay. There was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. No. We gotta get your client to be deemed not guilty in order for you to be happy, Apollo. That's your job. So I think it has something to do with this, but I don't know what I would present for that. Do I present the man? Do I present him? How do I do this? Because my inclination is that She says everyone on her staff knew, so that would indicate that Latouche should have known, right? That she couldn't see, but he named her as a named her as a witness, not suspect, oh my god. He named her as a witness. Yeah? So like, how do I present the crime photo? No, that was wrong. Okay, there's evidence. Oh fuck it, oh god, shut up! La 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 la. See, I thought maybe I could present the crime photo. I'd be like, see, Latouche is here. Why did Latouche name you as a witness if he couldn't see? I know this is a bad evidence to show, to like put, maybe I press it? Do I press it? When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something about her, Mr. Justice. I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Fucking asshole, let me talk first! Why are you fucking taking my goddamn lines? He's alive! Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. Isn't it weird that he would, like, obviously if he fucking said the name of the person, it would be like, oh, fucking call her in. Obviously she said it, but like, why would you, as you're dying and you want your last words to mean something, right? And you want to like, you want the killer who shot you to be caught, presumably, right? Why would you go out of your way to fucking say, oh, the witness is her stage name? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness and he named you. Huh? Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness? Siren? We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Ah! That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, L forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Eek! Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? If he was saying can't see, referring to the witness, Lamiroir, why would he then name Lamiroir? Right? There still has to be a correlation to it, right? There's got to be more to it. Order! Recall Lamiroir's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche's witness turned through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? That's weird to think that the window is facing on the right side of the room, right? If the killer was pointing away from the window, that means Latouche was staring at the window. But if he was shot in the shoulder, his body was like, oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. Technicalities don't matter. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Where's my mouse? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots and the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor. What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here? We have the result back from the investigation. The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Preston, your report, please. Why did I get so fucking... Never mind. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick as always, Daryan. Well, tell us about the number. Is it a friend of a secret agent? IPXX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So, when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity, and a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent, so him being Lamor's manager was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently, it belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. Why was he fucking willingly carrying around such a large revolver? I know he's a big man, but you couldn't go with a small pistol or something? It would still do the same job, you would just shoot someone. So the victim was an Interpol agent or an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you'd think. Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Franson. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it! Oh. Wait. Lamore? Is something the matter? That voice just now. Daryan? Mr. Daryan, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. Wait a minute. What? It was him? You aren't saying... That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshots fired, it was him. It was Mr. Daryan. Is this some kind of a joke? What? No way. What? Crazy. Also, did Lamore not meet the other members of the band besides Klavier before she performed? I know she didn't perform with him, but you would have still met, no? Whatever. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state that the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lamore, fingering Daryan Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective, and probably a bottom. What? I didn't say that. Could it really have been his voice Lamore heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no whipping out now, Apollo! Oh, we hit another to be continued. Nice. I've been at this for an hour and 40 something minutes, but I still wanna go, so we're gonna go, even though I shouldn't.